It's fantastic to see you. I mean, the last time I saw you, I don't know exactly the year. Was it 1966 or 67 or 68?
Oh, the first time was 66.
Okay.
Arnold, do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. See, there he
That was
is.
the first time. Yeah,
So
and
that was the first time. Okay, got it. Yeah, you. So I placed the Jet. You hadn't placed first. I placed second, and you placed third.
I got the most muscular. Don't forget.
By far the most muscular. By far, not just most muscular, but by far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happened? Then when did I see you the next time?
I think it was about 2 years later in Miami, because you said to me, you saw a movie of me. You said you look great, but I've never seen the movie. But you saw it in Miami.
Right.
Do you recollect on that one?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. So it was in Miami. Um. So what was your place in Miami then?
I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go.
I went to Miami to try and find out about the movie.
Uh-huh. Got it. Yeah. It's just okay. So then, okay. So, but the great thing was, I remember I had very clear memories because you were always featured so prominently in the NABA magazines.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were competing. That was not your first time competing in 1966.
No. I went. I think it was 70 and 71. I think 71 was the last time.
Right, but I mean, when was the first time? Was 66 the first time?
66 was the first time. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Then I saw pictures. Then I saw pictures of you in the NABA magazine before I saw you there live on that stage, because I remember I was aware of you because I saw photographs of you in a NABA magazine, because those are the ones I always collected. And then there were pictures of the previous Mr. Americas, and then Joe Abenda and Lancel and Paul Winter and Reg Park and Serge Nubret and all those guys. And there were pictures also of you in there. I remember that very well because you were always very easy recognizable because of your abs.
Yeah,
and your great symmetry that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was, but anyway, so I just saw literally like a week ago. When was it? A week ago? A week ago, I saw this video. And what was it? What did I see it on?
It was on a Canadian news channel.
Yeah, but I saw it was
came
just
through in your Google alerts.
It was one of those many things. No, it was I looked at something else, and then underneath it had like 5 other things that they listed, and then all of a sudden I saw this 94-year-old or 96. How old are you? 94, 96?
94.
94. Okay, this 94-year-old guy is still exercising with weights. At that point, when I saw that, I did not know it was you, because it didn't have a name next to it. So then I pressed this thing that says, well, that's an interesting story of an old fellow, 94 years old, because in our days when we were competing, they were saying, if you do weight training, you die soon. Remember that? Everyone said it's terrible for your health. It's the worst thing you can do and all that stuff. And then I said to myself, well, this is really great testimonial that the guy is 94 and is still working out with weights. And so I looked at the story, and then I read Vic Downs. I said, Vic Downs. I mean, Vic Downs is the guy I was competing with. He was this really handsome-looking guy. From Canada, right?
Right.
Yeah, so from Canada, a Canadian, and they had these abs. And didn't you pose one time at the competition with some sparkling kind of posing trunks? Was it kind of like, did you have white posing trunks, or what color was the posing trunks? I remember
gold color.
Gold, that's right, gold, absolutely gold. Okay, so that's absolutely correct, gold. Yeah. So because I remember that, because I said to myself, it's so funny because Reg Park was teaching me always to say, Arnold, never wear any other color besides skin color or black, because it makes your waist look smaller. And then I said to myself, this fucking guy is wearing gold. I mean, how much more outrageous is that? And how obvious is it to put attention to that area? and his waist doesn't look bigger because it's gold. Well, of course, not because he has great abs. So so this, you could have won anything you wanted because you had great abs and you
Yeah.
had this great symmetry, and I mean, I think that the thing that I remember you more, besides having being the most muscular man, it's actually the best symmetry. You always had the best symmetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was just a beautiful symmetry that you had there. It was unbelievable. But anyway, so it's what did you do in the last 55 years since I saw you last?
Well, when I first started, to me, it wasn't bodybuilding, it was health, fitness.
Right.
That's my main concern. And by accident, I got into bodybuilding. And then some things happened, family trouble and stuff like that. And I went into ministry and I stopped altogether. I was still training, mind you, in my basement apartment, even though I was a minister on the East Coast. And then when I came back from the East Coast to
You say East Coast, meaning East Coast in Canada,
Canada,
or the United States? In Canada.
Yeah, Canada. And then when I came back from the East Coast, I didn't know anyone in the health club business, so I joined the YMCA. It was close by, and I've been using that ever since. It's been what 25 years now. I've been coming here, and I think you still understand that when I exercise, I always went early in the morning because
Right.
I remember way back when I was staying at Joe Gold's. You and I were talking to each other, and you said to me, "Vic, can I work out with you tomorrow?" And I knew you would be getting up early in the morning. So I said, "Sure." I said, "But if you're not there, I'll start without you." I don't know if you remember that a little bit.
I can remember that now. But you see, when you get to my age, then you would also forget certain things, and you will lose your memory. Trust me.
True, believe me.
Yeah.
So right now, all I do, I go down the YMCA. I'm here at 7 o'clock, at 6 o'clock every morning, do my exercises, go home, have a sleep, come back, and then do my stretching exercises. The first one is my muscle building exercises, and the second one is my stretching exercise.
How long do you do stretching exercise?
Oh, usually maybe an hour, hour and a half.
And what kind of stretching exercises do you do?
I've got cirrhosis all over now, so I can't walk properly as I would like to. So I find that by doing the stretching exercises every day like that, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very good. Well, this is really amazing. Your story is it's just fantastic. Why I cannot remember now. Why do you have somewhat of a British accent?
Because I'm British. I was born in London, England.
Ah.
Yeah, I was in the
And then
army
when did you move to Canada?
in 1952.
Got it.
And that's where I got the health and the fitness thing, because when I was in England and been in the army, you did a lot of exercises.
Right.
I used that as my health and fitness program.
Yeah.
Now,
Do you remember Oscar Heidenstam?
Oh yeah, Oscar. Oh, yeah, yeah. In fact, he had a picture in the magazine, and he's trying to hit me in the stomach, and I'm holding my stomach hard.
Right.
That was in Iron Man magazine.
And Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. He was a real gentleman.
Oh yeah.
He was a wonderful, and he was in charge of the Mr. Universe contest.
Yeah.
And then there was George Greenwood, who was the photographer that took all the photographs then for Napa, for the organization. I remember that. So they were really wonderful times, the beginning.
Yeah, they were.
The very, very beginning, actually, when everything started. It's amazing. Yeah, I would love to. I do a daily newsletter,
Yes, so I understand. Yes.
and so I would love to have that stuff, of us, meeting up again, put it in our newsletter, because I think it's really nice when I always say you should connect with your old buddies and with people that you haven't seen for a long time, make an effort. Notice this is totally coincidental. I didn't even make an effort here. I was like just kind of like saying, I haven't had to talk to Vic for for ages. I mean, this is like unbelievable that he's not only in great shape, but that he's still alive. Because I mean, like most people wipe out in their 80s, right? I mean, so it's very rare. You're one of the maybe 3% or whatever of people that make it to that age.
Also, what I did way back then, I still do today. When it comes to my food and my sleeping and stuff like that, I made sure I eat the right food and stuff like that. Still today, I still do the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you always have been very adamant about the diet and everything like that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, it is really great. If you ever need anything, let me know. You know how to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
And it was really wonderful to talk to you and to see you so healthy and to see that big smile of yours and also to see that you still have your teeth. That's amazing. I mean, it's like, what the hell? I mean, you must have good genes. That's all I
but
can
they're
say.
not mine.
Well, it doesn't matter, but they look good. They look good.
Thank
So
you.
just keep it up. Yeah. It
And
was nice to see you again. Yeah, go ahead. You want to ask me a question? You can come. You can come into the shot.
Oh, I'm not the one asking the questions. I'm gonna let them in though.
Okay.
So she'll be joining in 2 seconds.
The reporter who did the original story.
Perfect.
Right.
Stella, can you hear us? Stella?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you. How's everyone doing?
Fine, I'm fine.
You're doing great. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to join in. It's a pleasure to meet both you, Arnold, and of course, it's great to see you again, Vic.
Thank you. You too.
So how's the meeting been going so far?
It's very.
Go ahead, Vic.
It's very good. It's nice to see a person you haven't seen for years and years, and they look great too.
That's awesome. How about you, Arnold?
For me, I just love the idea that Vic is doing so well, that he looks so great, that he's in such excellent shape. He's still working out every day, and that I mean, it's just wonderful to see him because I remember him from way back, not only for his great muscles and his great abdominals and his definition and his proportions and all that, and that we were competing together on the same stage. But I remember him also as being always a great gentleman, and so he was always wonderful to talk to. He even had the patience to talk to an Austrian, a farm boy that almost didn't speak a word of English, and he had the patience to listen to me and to kind of figure out what I was trying to say, and because I was admiring his physique and how great he looked and all that stuff.
Do you remember, Arnold, when we first met? You used to call me Wick.
Yeah, of course, because
I said, Arnold, my name's Vic, and the way you said your B's was W. So I said, in that case, call me Downs. Remember?
Yeah.
No, you just call me Downs.
Yeah, because in German we always had the difficulty between the V and the W. So I would remember the bodybuilder Ricky Wayne.
Ricky Wayne,
yeah, black bodybuilder. Yeah. So he always would correct me. He says, "No, my name is not Vic. No, it's not Wayne. My name is Ricky Wayne. Wayne." And that's like, it's so confusing with the W and the B. We don't have that sound in German. Instead, that sound in German, a W sound. We only have the V sound. So, like for instance, I came over to America. I had to kind of learn the kind of a fine wine is made on a vine. So the V, the W, and the F's to kind of like separate them out. And I had to practice those things over and over again. But you're right. I was always I said, Ricky Bain had Waynes. And then Adizella would say, the photographer would say, no, Arnold, Ricky Wayne has veins. Not Ricky Bain has Waynes. And I got always confused about all of that stuff. But it's funny that you remember that.
That's too funny. Yeah. Why? So Arnold, why did you want to meet Vic?
Because I just have such fond memories of those times. And so it's always kind of nice when you kind of talk to someone that you haven't talked to for a long time. Because as life goes on, we always kind of move on. Even though I'm one of those people that have friends for a long period of time and I never switch them out, I always add. But there's some people you just don't connect that much. There's so many great bodybuilding champions and competitors that did not keep up. But they all have interesting stories. So every so often we do get a chance, or someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, Arnold, let's get together and let's have all the bodybuilders in Germany get together." We did that one time, like 20 some years ago. And it was really fun to have all those competitors that they used to compete with in 1965, 66, 67, in Germany. And when I ran the gym in Germany, to meet all of those guys again, and there were like 20 or so that we all met together and talked about the good old days. So the same is with Vic. It's just, I was just so happy when I heard about, that he's alive and doing well, and that he's in such great shape and he's still religiously working out, and then I felt kind of like there was another side of me that said, this ought to be in my newsletter to let people know that there's people working out with the age of 94. So don't give me your crap that you don't have enough time and you're too busy and all of that kind of stuff. Look at Vic Downs. He's now been training for the last 60 or 70 years, whatever it is. And look what great shape he's in. So I think he's just a perfect example for that, to motivate other people that are getting up there in age, that it's never too late, that you always can start and you always can get in shape. So but there was many reasons like that why I wanted to kind of get in touch with him again. But it's just wonderful.
Well, that's incredible. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to even join the call. You basically answered my next story, because I was going to ask you why you think it's so important for seniors to continue working out.
Well, I mean, that's up to the individual if it's important or not. Because if you want to wipe out soon, then maybe it's not important. So it depends where your head is at. There's some people, that want to live forever, like me. So I think then it's kind of like it's important then to work out and to recognize the fact that the body needs exercise, that the muscles, deteriorate faster when you get older. So therefore you have to really kind of like exercise to keep them as long as possible in shape and strong. Just simple things when you get older, like getting up from a chair, something becomes much harder to do. And so the more you strengthen your muscles and the more you do flexibility exercise, like Vic said, that, you get stiff when you get older. And so I think it's good to do flexibility exercise, to do some swimming, to do some exercising, and some coordination kind of training and all. So I think it's great. And so when people look at Vic's story, they will get inspired. It's that simple.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too.
See you, Vic. Can
Thanks.
we do it again? Okay,
Yes,
Vic,
take
we're
care.
going to talk again.
Yes, thank you very much. Take care.
See you, my friends. Okay.
Yes.
See you. Bye-bye. Be
Bye-bye.
good. See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.